What is happening, people?
Saeed,
Say your song.
Comedy FC. Here we go. Actually, I'll quote my friend Irfan, my brother Irfan. It's worse than a Greek tragedy. It's not funny anymore. But it's still funny. Because it's funny because I've been banging on about this for a long time, Saeed. And all the chickens have come home to roost. Fish always rots from the top. 10 years in the making. But let's talk about the game, Saeed.
Yeah, before I start, big up to everybody who's watching. This is premiered live. Listen, you know what I mean? We try to do some things live, but you know what? We had to give it a Straightjacket. No comments, you know what? Just proper chat, yeah? Proper podcast. Big up to everybody who's watching. This podcast is sponsored by Mercier. It's not the PSG flag. I haven't chosen another club. If you want to get your Mercier flags, check the link in the description below. And yeah, man, big up to Mercier for sponsoring the video. Nuruddin, the title of the video, I'm going to tell you right now, is a damning one. Who are Man United now? You know what I mean? We have to discuss this, Nuruddin, because we've just watched a humiliation and a training session. We've watched a absolute embarrassment tonight. But is it embarrassing anymore? You know when you watch something so many times.
How was it embarrassing, Saeed? I just wanted the cats knock that over.
Yeah.
By the way, Seedorf scores are sleeping, so there ain't nobody. No rush tonight. No Formula One tonight.
You know why? Because they see the United performance and they're like, you know what? They put them to sleep.
The lips was like, Saeed and that don't leave the headache. They've been fasting all day. They don't need that.
You know what
At the end of the day, Man United are not a football club. We're a commercial entity. We have been for a decade and a half. Gil left. I put the tweet out. Ask yourself, why did David Gill leave? He was one of the highest paid CEOs because he knew the bankers were on their way and coming. So from then, we've no longer ceased to exist as a football club. But as fans, nobody ever wants to think bad of their football club. No. So we go through the motions with managers and we blame the managers, we blame players. We go. At the end of the day, things don't ever happen in a vacuum, Saeed. For every action, there's an equal opposite reaction. Science, innit? 101.
Yeah. 101.
Science 101. And that's what's happening tonight at Man United. That's why we can get whacked on aggregate, both games, 9-0. The worst result in aggregate in the history of Man United-Liverpool fixture.
For me, I thought 5-0 was worse. This is... I don't think it's any different, to be honest with you. This one was almost like, you know, they didn't try.
They toyed with us.
They toyed. This was toyed. That Man City game where they toyed with us. You know, players that don't really... are not interested anymore. They want the season to end. Players that are not good enough anymore. A manager who, for me, looks powerless. Absolutely powerless. People that are blaming Ralph Rangnick, mate, you need to have a head wobble. You need to look at yourself in the mirror and say to yourself, what would you do with this group of players who are not good enough for this football club? Yes, I repeat, not good enough for this football club. They're not fit to... you know, the fans were singing it on the weekend. You're not fit to wear the shirt. And you know what? It's a telling today.
But who has been? This, like I said, this don't happen in about. And tonight we saw me and Saeed. By the way, there's a clip on Twitter going around. Me and Saeed
celebrating it.
So we did a watch along on Saeed TV, which is brilliant. It's the first time I've done a watch along. I hope I get invited more.
Yeah,
I
absolutely, man. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely.
I absolutely loved it. Big up to everybody in the comments as well. Please make sure you subscribe to this channel and you also like the video as well. Because
and your channel as well,
this is United Real Therapy as well. We just did a match reaction where me and Irfan got into it heated because at the end of the day, these things need to be, because we don't always have to agree with each other. Man United as a football club, you asked the question again, and I'll try to answer it in another way. Manchester United have been coasting. We've been allowed to coast because the club have got a propaganda machine that's built. Other than getting a football structure, they built a propaganda machine with Neil Ashton in the forefront. And tonight, now we're hearing that through Sky sources, who's Neil Ashton? Who did
he work for?
Sky. Who did have a TV program? Who did have a TV program?
Sky Supplement.
Sunday Supplement.
Sunday Supplement.
And there we go. Tonight, Sky sources. Ten Hag will be announced next
Shameful
week.
That, isn't it? For me, United, if you look at that, you're thinking... That's you know, as when you look at it from a distance, Nuruddin, that's embarrassing. That to say that Man United, you know what I mean, are about to announce him next week after a result like that. Why?
They've been waiting.
How dare you? How dare you as Man United do that? But that's what's expected, Nuruddin. When you look at the Glazers and you look at Joe Glazer, and when he's talking about, you know, we're looking at we're a franchise and we're looking at his NFL team to win. It's an absolute comedy, mate. And today was probably the last straw. The last straw. What did you say on your last tweet, Nuruddin?
I just said, I broke it down, sir. I said, don't worry, don't worry, back the effing club brigade. Call me negative all you want. Matt George still got a job tonight. Folks, this has been 10 years in the making. Ask yourself, why did David Gill quit? And I just said, if you think Ten Hag can come in and change this, then you need to. You're just a clown, just like the bankers and the owners of this football club. No one person can ever come with a magic wand to change this. This has to be from the top to the bottom. Man United have to put Gary Neville. If you care, if you're a former footballer and you care, and you know business people who've got money, who can invest, who can buy the Glazers out, do everything you can to save this football club. Do everything you can to save this football club. Go and try to find people, because in the circles you move in, you might know billionaires who might have spare 4 billion to take over this football club.
But do you want to invest in this though? Is this an investment?
No,
Man United an investment.
Saeed, the biggest thing is that if the fans
We've
are happy,
won everything.
Saeed, if the fans are happy, if there's a connection between, they've got a manager and a football structure that goes in line.
Well, look what you got to sort out. You got to sort out no training ground. Look at the football club after how many years they want to try and fix it. Look what's around us.
Saeed, it's still an incredible opportunity for somebody.
Incredible opportunity. I don't think it is.
Look all around Old Trafford. Manchester United own that. Look all around Old Trafford. The idea to
but it doesn't stand for anything, Nordy. That's the problem.
But what
is the club's ethos?
But listen to me. But to rebuild a huge, almost 90,000 stadium in that area, to build a small, to employ so many people, to bring about like a Man United experience. There is an incredible opportunity.
I think it's a brand.
Somebody.
I genuinely think we are just a brand now.
No, listen.
Because it sells tours, it sells everything. It gives you the past, it gives you museum tours. It tells you ambassadors.
We're a Wikipedia page. We're a Wikipedia page. We are, because that's what we bang on about. That's what the club propaganda pushes every week, every day pushes propaganda. We're okay. Why do you think so many people hold on to the bits about the past? The bit about our past and the history is everything they spitted on. Yesterday was the anniversary of the Super League.
Yeah.
Anniversary, and in 1 year, what's changed? Joe Glazer spoke to the fans for 17 minutes on a Zoom call. And people like must think they're getting fan share. What planet are you on? What planet are you on? I'll ask the question again. What planet, what world, what universe are you on? You think you're getting a fan share? They give you a little thing to kick it into the long run, and they signed Rafael Varane, Ronaldo, and Sancho.
That's what they did.
That's what they
did.
And
they wiggled it. They wiggled the tail. They dangled the tail.
Carrot there.
Yeah.
Carrot. Watch. Keep an eye on the carrot. Don't know what's going on behind it. Keep an eye on it. Oh.
Moyes was right though. 2013, Moyes said we need to aspire to be City. Well, you know what? You might need to aspire.
We
to
all
Liverpool.
came out angry against him, didn't we?
When you look at Liverpool, what they're doing. Look what they've done in
that 10 years. Even before Klopp, they were.
What's Man United's model to get back to where they want to do? What is the model?
There's no model with this owners and with these bankers. There is no model because, like I said to you, Matt Judge, after that Liverpool result, has still got a job. But one thing, Saeed, has happened. Ronaldo came in, exposed everything, and Ralph Ranić has exposed this football
club. I tell you what, he's exposed the football club. People, I'm going to bring you the quotes, and you know what? One by one, you have to understand what he's saying here. Liverpool only needed 2 or 3 transfer windows, and if you know what you're looking for, it doesn't have to take 4 or 5 years. Again, who is he talking to here?
The owners and the
He's trying to say, it can take 4 or 5 years, but you know what, you lot are making it 10 years. What are you talking about 10 years? If you do it properly, it can take 3 or 4 windows, but you've got to do it properly.
But if you've got the football people making football decisions.
Go. Absolutely. It goes, there could be 6, 7, 8, or maybe 10 new players this summer.
Because so many players are out of contract.
Yep. There will be a rebuild for sure. There was obvious in the first 3 or 4 weeks.
This is 3 or 4 weeks he came in.
You know he's kept that in, by the way. You know?
Of course he has.
Now it's like, you know what? F you lot.
Of course.
You know what? I'm not even fasting now, but you know what? I have to get that one in now. He said, you know what? F you lot. You know what? I couldn't care less if I left the club.
Because they threw him under the bus.
You know what? I'm going to expose you. And bit by bit, he's exposing people. And you know what? I'm glad he's come to this football club. I said it, I'll say it again. I am glad he's come to this football club.
One of the best
because for 10 years, maybe Mourinho said a little bit. Maybe Van Gaal said a little bit. But he's come in full throttle.
What Ollie told us tonight.
Back the club. Back the club. They care about us. Don't turn your back on the club.
Don't turn your back on these players. Don't turn your back on these players. Listen, I put a tweet out and I said it. Man United PR team, players PR team.
Yeah.
Stop drafting your effing apologies. Nobody's here for it. Nobody.
But that's all part of the model.
Nobody.
Propaganda.
That's
the PR. You watched that when we watched that. Remember that interview with the guy, and they look at the trends and they look at the fans' emotion.
He broke it down for you. Then we look at the trends and then we think how best to respond.
And then Maguire and then Rashford will come out with these silly apologies.
So can you find the Maguire quote, please? Maguire tonight came out as an absolute comedian. Absolute comedian. I couldn't. Somebody sent it to me, right? I had to delete it. Honestly, I deleted it because I couldn't have it on my phone. It was just absolute laughable. He basically said, I must be doing right if the two managers have now kept me in the team. He's got the right to come out and try and fight after the season he's had. After the season he's had, he's basically said, I'm not that much of a bad player because two managers have kept me in the team.
Basically, that's what he said. I can't be that bad if two managers have kept me in the team.
This is the guy that when he scored for England was copying that.
Look, he says here. No, he said something. Yeah, but that's what he said basically. Anyway, that's what he kind of said. Look at the egos we've created at this football club.
A leader.
Look at Bruno Fernandes.
If he played for Leicester still, do you think he would have that 4 million following? Man United captain. That's the reason why you're playing, mate. Because they think 80 million means that you're a good player. Glazers think when we've paid that much money for you, you must be a good player.
Yeah.
So we can't have 80 million guys sitting on the bench.
We've leveled this ego on him, and you know what? And another player for me, Bruno Fernandes, for me, overpaid, overpriced,
overhyped. I've said it. Overhyped.
You know what, man?
Overplayed.
I think. You know what?
Overrated.
You know when I think the mask is unveiled on Bruno Fernandes.
Rush FC, because we know we play counter-attack football, innit? And the football tactics and the training all was on Bruno.
If the ball's to Bruno, run. He plays as if it's
and he'll hit it.
Oh, sorry, people. Shit. I'll edit that.
Oh my god.
I'll edit that. Don't worry.
Oh my god, it's still on.
Yeah, I'll do it.
It's still on. Oh my god.
That just shows you what United are doing to us.
That just shows what United are doing to us. Big up. It is. At the end of the day, when you get Bruno,
you know what's happened there, people? Why we've just had to stop? It's because
the camera went for a little walk.
And there's no cats here. The season is literally
summed up by that.
You know, I might just even leave it in there. I literally might just. That's Man United for you, then.
That's Man United.
The camera just said, you know what?
I've had enough. I'm losing my voice.
Oh my god, man.
I'm losing my voice, people.
You know what, man? You know this top four, man. Forget this top four, mate. You know what do you deserve? Why should you get into the top four?
Saeed, I've been hearing the last couple of days. I've got breaking news for you, bro.
Yeah.
I've been hearing some United fans talking on Twitter. I put a tweet out saying that I'm glad Ten Hag lost in the FA
Yeah, did you get all the what you're talking about now?
In the Dutch Cup final, because the expectations that he's going to come and fix it all is absolutely ludicrous. And the breaking news that I've got for you is that fans think that he's got to win a trophy next season. He's got to get a top four. Where? We are in a false position, people. We're on 6th tonight. We've been playing relegation football. We've been playing relegation football.
And I said that, I said, listen, last season I said Man United are in a false position.
This season we've been worse false position.
Remember when I said that last season?
Of course,
everybody came for me and said, you're negative. I said it because other teams were finding out who they were. Lampard. Tuchel came in.
Liverpool with all the injuries.
All the injuries came 5 points behind us. Man City
smashed us in the last game of the smashed us at Old Trafford.
There you go. Look at all this. They have to figure themselves out.
Apparently, in the last 29 games, in the last how many years now? No. It's like I think in the last 5 or 6 years, Liverpool on aggregate they've scored 29 goals and we've scored 2.
Is it?
I saw some photo of that Sky stat, mate.
Because you know what? They won 3-0. Remember in Moyes' season.
There we go.
So
at the end of the day,
but what, you know, when I look at Man United and I look at the what they're gonna do with Ten Hag, it's for me. I'm still pessimistic. You know why? Because I just don't see a plan.
Where's he gonna improve?
So what's he gonna do if he's got his hands behind his back and he knows that? Ralph's saying now he need 10 more players. 10 more players is not going to be ideal in one window. It's not going to happen. So every fan knows that. But he's saying that because, listen, guy, you actually need 10 players. You actually need 10 players.
Listen, Matt Judge moves like a slug. Why? Because he uses third-party agents.
And what's your book? What do you always say? Glazonomics. They want to keep the players in there.
Who's the vanguard of Glazonomics? Matt Judge. That's why he has a powerful. I didn't expose him. Patrice Evra exposed him live on Sky, and Patrice Evra has never been allowed ever since to come back. He also exposed Moyes and Sahar, but you know that's another story. That's another conversation.
But you know what? You get what you mean, though, innit? I get what you mean because I just explain to people because some people might think, what is he talking about? Basically, Matt Judge is there to make sure Manchester United share price stay high. That's why you pay a lot more money for players, and then you give them bigger wages because all of that is all assets. Yeah, yeah.
And the asset, what does that do? Is inflates your what? Where the value of your company is in the New York Stock Exchange.
But what value did they see in Maguire and Wan-Bissaka? That can't go past halfway line. What value have they now seen in Bruno Fernandes to offer him 200? Let me repeat, 250 grand a week for a player who keeps moaning. What does he moan? Why does he moan, by the way?
This is Bruno. That's Bruno. Do the Bruno. When I say do the Bruno, you just know.
But
that's what he does. That's what he does. He puts his hands out like that. Does this with his hand like that.
I'm sorry, that's not good enough though.
Listen, overhyped, overplayed, overpriced, overrated, mate. That's what he is.
Bruno Fernandes.
That's what he is. Because Manchester United, on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, played it through him. Everything was played through him. And now, when that's no longer happening, we fall apart.
Yeah.
We fall apart. Because he was give the ball to Bruno and then run.
Yeah, of course. And give the ball to Bruno at every opportunity. So the volume of him scoring goals was high. It's like what they used to do in school. There was always one kid.
Give it to him.
Give it to him.
He'll finish it.
Yeah. It was like the kid, the scout. There was always one kid that the kind of the coach had. You give it to that person.
Give that to him.
Yeah.
My coach used to say, big up Jonathan Moore. My coach in school used to say, just make sure you play that ball to Johnny. He'll beat them. He'll out sprint them. He used to be so fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big up Justin as well. I used to play Sunday League with Woodhouse Park. He say, get that ball to Justin. He'll do the rest. He'll do the rest.
But that's Bruno Fernandes. Now the mask is now veiled where you've got to play intricate football. You've got to play one-touch football. He's got found out.
And you know what?
Maybe that's not his fault. But then again, United have put faith in buying him.
Yeah, when Saeed put that. But then, listen. I want one of the biggest things to be at Man United is to humble the players. That's when you introduce a wage cap. Is there a wage cap at Man City? 100%. Is there a wage cap at Liverpool?
Edison's on 80 grand a week.
Yeah. But is there a wage cap at Liverpool? Yes, it is. You know what that does?
And they don't want to break the bank for Mo Salah, by the way.
You know what that does?
They're waiting.
Humbles you. Mo Salah has scored. He's one of the greatest, fastest goal scorers in the history of Liverpool. And they're still negotiating, saying, yo, you're asking
that is, you know what, man? That is just damning. That is, for me, is what you call the difference between Man United. We're rushing to give Bruno Fernandes 250 grand. He's got 3 years. Who's coming for Bruno Fernandes in 3 years?
Deserve what?
Hey?
What does he deserve? What does he deserve? For what?
There's 10 players leaving. There's no coincidence. Why are we getting to the stage where Paul Pogba is still not left the football club, still after Mourinho when he wanted to leave? Let him go. Why are we keeping players that don't want to be here? Matic is going, Mata's going, Lingard's going. Look at Lingard in summer. Me and you would have an argument. But they should have said, you know what? We're the club. We know what to do. Let him go.
No, it's an asset.
Again, it's an asset. It goes back.
It's an asset. And that's why Matt Judge has that. Matt Judge has been technically acting as a director of football for the past 10 years. And that's where we're getting slapped 9-0 on aggregate. 4 at Anfield, 5 at Old Trafford.
It's simply...
And we got olayed. They were olaying. Anfield crowd olaying. They'll never forget this. They'll never forget this. They'll make a documentary about this. They're unbearable.
You know, when you look at Man United, when you're looking at Liverpool's history, in the 80s, 70s, 80s dominated. Dominated. You growing up in the 80s.
Yeah.
Dominated. The 90s, we dominated. Early 2000s, we dominated. You'd probably say that the majority of the 2000s, okay, Arsenal and Chelsea came in sporadic, but we dominated the 2000s. 2010s, I would say Man City have been up there.
Chelsea's still been up there.
Chelsea's still been up there. They won, I think,
Liverpool then came into it.
Liverpool's come into it now.
And
Man
now-
United, nowhere to be seen. Nowhere to be seen. Since 2013. No Premier League trophy.
Why? Who took power then? Matt Judge, Richard Arnold, Ed Woodward.
So they basically coincided with the fact that Man United is terrible.
Bankers.
And there's no
Bristol
sign of these guys
University.
going, Lorraine.
Bristol University Mafia.
There's no sign of these guys going, and that's probably the
Not
alarming.
one journalist can tell me what Ed Woodward is doing. He's still in the background.
He's still there.
He's still there.
But you know when they say, if they actually said to him he could be an advisor, while all of a sudden he say, you know what, I don't want you to be advisor anymore. Of course you're going to be advisor, but does he have to be under the books?
That age.
You could be an advisor and be freelancing.
He's still getting paid.
You're still getting paid. We could just not put you on the books.
That's how it is, mate.
And
Listen,
then you pay Samuel Lucas and all these crony journalists. You know what? Don't mention our names, and we'll give you 100. We'll give you more information. And since then, how many information have they got?
loads, mate.
This all makes sense. We're a mafia. This
We
football
are.
club is a mafia.
We are.
And you know what? We're on fraud watch.
We are.
Man United are on fraud watch. I said it in my match reaction. Check it out. Man United are on fraud watch. We're not Manchester United, but we're a commercial club. We've just got the name. That's all it is.
That's it.
It's branded outside Old Trafford, and it says Man United Football
And
Club.
it took Gary Neville 10 years too late.
10 years too late.
10 years too late.
But
Gary.
he said it though. The thing he took the mick out of him. He goes, I wouldn't say it under the Glazers because we were winning. And he didn't say it until recently. He's not said it until now.
He said he even
But why
admitted
has it
it
took you
himself.
like this long, Gary?
To 10 years because at the end of the day he thinks
He's letting
I
crumble.
can't criticise until it's too late. Until it's too late, mate.
I'm interested to see what his
Souness
podcast
tonight.
will be like.
You had Souness feeling sorry for us.
But
And
then
Roy
he said
Keane-
the Glazers are not the problem.
That's what I'm saying. And now he's realised it because he's realised it now, innit? He's realised it now. That's what I'm saying to you about mainstream media. And apparently Roy Keane looked broken.
Yeah.
Obviously we went straight to them. We started to, but apparently
Of
Roy
course
Keane
he is.
there's comments out
You don't
there.
even want to commentate it anymore.
Roy Keane was telling Sid, this is not the football club I played for. And that's the title. Why am Man United?
What are Man United? The club that I don't.
And Roy
you know when
Keane
you
said
know
it.
when, what's that movie when you kind of like you see somebody you can't recognise them? There's a movie I can't remember where they go around and they can't remember their family and like there's them kind of movies, isn't it?
Oh well, somebody's got basically memory loss.
Memory loss, yeah.
Yeah. When somebody's got like, it happened to somebody I know actually.
No, but I'm not saying it. I'm talking about the movies in which you go in there and it's almost like they don't recognise anyone. That's how I feel with Man United.
When somebody's had a knock on the head or something like that.
Yeah.
And they lost the.
I've been knocked on the head.
Yeah. We've been.
I've
knocked
woke
on the head. Out of a coma. Out of a coma.
But Man United are in coma.
We are in a coma.
We shouldn't laugh at that.
Honestly,
but United are in coma.
Man United, the football club, I think has been dead. Seriously, we've been replaced by a commercial club called Man United, but we're not Man United that we recognise people because we would never be getting nil. No way. If footballing people were in charge, Saeed, no way would they ever allow 9-0 aggregate. Heads would roll. Heads would roll right, left, and centre. But that's not going to happen. Because there's no accountability. And that's why I don't blame the players. When you see in the owners zero accountability, on the board, on the football structure, no accountability. But then you saw everything about like jobs for the boys FC. You've seen all this pally stuff. No bad PR. Everybody's got to be positive. What do you think you're going to do? Can we really blame the players?
You immerse in it. You become it.
Right.
When something's within you, you become it.
Saeed, it's the culture. It's the culture.
Yeah.
Culture. The fabric of Manchester United. Why is
It's
David...
gone, it's
ask
gone,
the
it's dead, it's
question.
dead.
Why is David Gill leaving when he's one of the most highest
No.
CEOs?
Why is David Gill leaving but still watching from the flipping top? What are you doing? Just leave, man. What are you doing? If you're watching this damn shit, yeah, what are you watching it for?
I genuinely
I'm
think,
not going to blame Fergie because you know why? He's
an
just
old
watching
man.
because he loves Man United. He's an old man. He just loves watching Man United. But David Gill, what are you doing?
But I'm telling you now, you know why he's doing? Because they're both looking and going, you know what? This is how good we were. Look at this now. They're watching that going, this is how good we were. Rio Ferdinand admitted it. You know what Rio Ferdinand said? He goes, after I left the club, I didn't want Man United to be successful too quickly. Because I didn't want to be forgotten. I didn't want to be forgotten now. I didn't want to be forgotten too quickly. And then what he said last night, he goes, you know what? At the moment, it's taking the piss because I know I'm not forgotten. I know I'm not forgotten, but now it's absolutely ridiculous. And you got Harry Maguire, today,
Got the chest.
to come out and say, the other managers played me. Both managers have played me.
So it must be good enough. How dare you, man?
To be a captain of Man United. The idea that he's a captain. El Mohammadi, the guy who played with him, who was a captain at one time at Hull, came out and said, all due respect,
He's not really that good.
Harry's a good guy, but he's not on Man United. Like
Van der Vaart's come out. A lot of players have come out. But I think there's a lot of prima donnas at Man United.
Listen,
there's a lot of players that are better than what they are. But again, it comes down to...
Can you blame them?
You can't blame them also.
They're a product of what?
The environment. Yeah.
That's what we are.
But then the problem is, though, you have to undo your mess. If there's any way out, then you have to undo your mess. But 200 grand a week, Marcus Rashford's on. Is he good? Who's going to buy Marcus Rashford? Who's going to buy Bruno Fernandes?
And why, I'll ask you again, why does Matt Judge negotiate every contract and say to the players, you're going to be, why? Because he doesn't want them to go anywhere else. So what does he do? He makes their wages so big that they can't get that same wages anywhere else. Yeah. Why does that do? Gets up the stocks.
And people that have faith in John Myrtle, you know,
Saeed, like I said,
what can he do? Saeed, one man, even a one man, what can he do?
Saeed, he can't. And Darren Fletcher's a clown. Darren Fletcher is a clown if there was about a clown. He's an effing clown. And I don't care what anybody tells me. Because he's overseeing that and he's agreeing with that. Same with Ollie. Ollie was one of the first players to even sponsor and to help the fans fans that were against Glazers. But then what did he do? When he saw the lights, he thought he could go in there and change it. And he's there going, the owners are being good to me, they're being good to me. Exactly the same thing. Roy Keane there tonight told the truth, like a broken man, and said, this is not the football club I play for. They're nowhere near it.
But is this a club that you watched for how many years?
I watched this club since 91 at 91. I went to a game.
10 years later.
I was 10 years. I went to a game, Man United against Ipswich, and I saw Marquis do the overhead kick, and that's it. I fell in love. I could have been a City fan, you know, because I lived in North Side.
I could have been a City fan.
I could have been a City fan, but I saw Marquis.
But we've enjoyed most of our watching careers at Man United. But we're essentially in mediocrity.
When I was a kid in East Africa, we watched German football on Friday nights. They were put on the TV, and then Italian football.
Yeah.
That's what we used to watch. So for me, I never really watched English football that much, even though I had.
It's only when you came to.
I had family in the UK. I just, you know what I mean, great uncles and uncles. I know only when I was like United came to Manchester. And then I was so lucky, Saeed, because that's when Man United get winding up the gears, mate. Went through the gears.
Yeah.
91 for me. Cup Winners' Cup. Big trophy. Yeah. Rotterdam, United against.
Yeah.
Man United against Barcelona. The great Johan Cruyff. There we go. We beat them and then boom, league the next season. Bam, doubles. Cantona comes in. See you later. He quits.
And then the late
My heart breaks. My heart breaks. He quits. And then Arsenal come in and try to get Russell a bit away. We get back in there, and then a treble in it. But that could be.
Then I came in just after the treble, 2001-2000 season. Thierry Henry chesses it, puts it over Barthez. It's the first game I watched at my uncle's house in Moss Side. And then we win trophies after trophy. 2003 was it 2002-3 when we won at Everton Ground.
Won the league, and then for about 3 years we didn't win anything. Then after
there you go,
because Chelsea were dominating.
And
then we bought Ronaldo, Rooney.
No, they came to fruition.
Tevez,
started dominating. Boom.
2003 back-to-back championship.
3 in a row. Chelsea. Do we have that song? And you never win 3 in a row.
Yeah, exactly. Follow. This is.
And then City come into it with all their money and all their projects.
Chelsea come back
a little bit, but City start to emerge as this powerhouse.
Petrol dollars, mate. Petrol
dollars, all you like, mate. But listen, it's
Chelsea
something.
Petrol dollars as well. Yeah,
but something in it. You know
what I mean? Something. Rebuilt the whole area.
Rebuilt the whole of East Manchester. I mean, you know what? Look at East Manchester and you compare it to South Manchester.
That's what I'm saying to you.
You know it, innit?
It's a massive. That's what I was telling you earlier in the podcast. There's a great opportunity to reinvigorate all of that. It's only 20 minutes walk from here. 20 minutes walk from where I
walk it every day to Old Trafford and I see it.
Look, all of that can be absolutely turned into a Man United experience. A brand new stadium could be built. A huge 80 to 90,000 seater could It's not about that.
Yeah. And then now, you know what I mean, Liverpool and Man City, you know, it's not even a rivalry. It's not even a rivalry when you look at how they're lovey-dovey kissing each other up, man. But we've let them do that because you know what? They actually don't understand how they're in this position.
And listen, and shame on Jamie Carragher saying this is the greatest rivalry.
But he's taking a big out of us, you know what?
Of course he's
why would he say?
He's winding it.
He's winding us up because
he's trolling us. He's trolling. He's trolling.
They know that should never have been a rivalry.
Of course, you know
Man
what?
City, Liverpool. Are you kidding me?
Players kissing each other and shit because they play for the same national team. But Saeed, I say Hannibal Magbury tonight.
Yeah.
Gave it some. Come on for 8 minutes.
Sancho
showed more care.
Yeah.
Than everybody, the people who've been playing for 90 minutes showed.
Yeah.
There it is, people.
But that just shows you that 18-year-old, 19, whatever he is, play the youth, man. Play the youth.
Came and run around.
What, do you reckon Garnacho could do any better than this?
Yeah, I think he can.
You know what I mean? I'm going to see, by the way, 30th of April, 10 days, Nuruddin. We're going to the Youth Cup final. And you know what? That might be our kind of
the next Wednesday. I'm going on Friday, you know. I'm going to a game watch on the 23s on Friday.
On Friday? Next Friday?
No, this Friday coming up.
What time is it?
I think it's in the evening.
Alright, I'll see if I can come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I want to go to the Youth Cup final as well.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You know, that could be your kind of breakaway. The women's team.
Yeah. I told you I absolutely love the side. We're going to go to the women's team as well.
Yeah.
See Natalie and stuff. And the next time, there's going to be another game when they're going to play Old Trafford. And by the way, congratulations to our under-23 women's team who've won the Northwest Championship on the last day, beating Everton.
Yeah.
Big up. So the under-23s have won a cup already and they've won the league now, Northwest League. They've won a double. Women's under-23 have won a double this season. They won the league and they won the cup.
How far are we? When you look at it, Nordin, if we want to assess it properly,
10 years, people laughed at me, Saeed.
You know what? I agree with you. 10 years because
10 years. And that's if tomorrow we act.
Yeah.
And get rid of the bankers and get rid of the Glazers.
And also, mate, the teams are going ahead. Man City bought Haaland.
Do you think Newcastle are going to be chilling in the next couple of years? Do you think Tottenham?
Wolves.
I think Tottenham might be sold. You know.
Huh?
Tottenham might be sold because now people are paying big money for Chelsea. Tottenham could be sold in the next couple of years. Somebody told me that. Somebody told me that Tottenham could be sold.
But you know what it is already? It actually could be to the fact that for me, if you said to me that there won't be any trophies in the next 10, 15 years, trophies or even major trophies, I could actually look at you and say, you know what? Maybe you're right. Because I can't see other teams falling behind.
There's no light at the end of this tunnel, mate.
Liverpool went 30 years for a reason.
Of course.
Whether you say...
Do you know why? They started picking players who used to play for their great managers who won the European Cups. And exactly this, you can't make up the amount of things that they've done and we're doing. Until somebody from outside, till Houllier came in and ripped it up.
Yeah.
Houllier was the first guy to come in and go, what the hell, what? We're changing this. Having an outsider point of view going, stop this.
Yeah.
And that season, I think they won about 3-4 trophies in that year. They won 5 trophies, something like that. But it is what it is, people. And then it takes Klopp to come in. You don't have to be experienced at this. But you know what? It's all about recruitment. If we get it right,
proper recruitment,
in the next 3 to 4 years, we get the recruitment right, we could be back sooner. But I can't see that happening. Well,
but then you got. Let me analyse that though. You've got to make right decisions in every year. Then you've got to make sure that these lot make bad decisions. Then you've got to counteract on that.
They're not.
That's 2 + 2.
Actually, we don't even have to watch them because they'll make their mistakes and errors, right?
Yeah.
What we need to do is focus.
Do what we do.
This is focus.
But we haven't done that for 10, 15 years.
But we haven't done that. And
Fergie's magic was Fergie's magic.
And Fergie ran away after that. Fergie knew what was coming.
Maybe it was Fergie SC.
Fergie knew what was coming, Saeed. But then we try to club the things. How can we'll get a guy who's played under Fergie, scored a goal in the final and win the treble. We'll get him in and we'll do jobs for the boys. Yeah. We'll get jobs for the boys.
Get all the big boys, Carrick, Phelan.
And then I kept telling people, I kept telling people, playing football without fans is nowhere the same as people in the stadium.
Yeah.
And we've been exposed. We finished second.
Yeah.
And look where we are now. And we're in a false position 6th. We should be 8th or 9th or 10th.
Easily. If Wolves didn't capitalise on all these teams, and we got last minute winners, man. Look at the Norwich game. If you're looking at all the West Ham at home, Crystal Palace, it was a 1-0 edgy win. Even the games that we were winning, I even think the one Brighton at home, they dominated.
Yeah. Oh, they got a red card.
They got a red card. The game against what's it called? There was a couple of games where we didn't deserve Everton at home.
Yeah.
They should have. If the man squared it, It could have been 2-1. There was another game as well. There was so many games where I actually think, you know what? Brentford in the first half dominated us. Norwich should have beaten us. Newcastle should have won. I'm listing literally 5 to 10 games, and that's probably the whole season where we've just been dominated and dominated and dominated, but we've got away with it because certain players have come out. Like Ronaldo has done his bit. You know, De Gea has done his bit. You know, the Champions League run was just pretending, wasn't it? You know what I mean? Until we reached the big boys.
It's Ronaldo that saved me from the Europa. But that's the only positive thing I've had this season.
But you know what, man, Nuruddin? Just this club, you know what I mean? What is it? We don't know what he deserves because they're kind of becoming a bit worthless to us in terms of, yes, you should support your club. Yes, you should back your club. But when Apathy gets it...
Back what?
That's what I'm saying.
Back what, though? Bankers. Dividends.
That's what I'm saying. What are you backing?
Commercial, PR machine.
You know what it is, Nuruddin? When you say, like, you're trying to support the club or whatnot, but then when you see that the ownership are going on, you're actually there's going to be a lot of influx of fans who think, you know what, I've had enough. I don't want to watch it. How many fans were here today that say, you know what, I've turned the TV off? Yeah,
and how many people walked out during the game?
There you go.
So many fans, about 60-something minutes gone.
You know what I mean? Is it worth buying? Like, you know,
to me, but I think the protests are longer done.
That protest didn't work, though.
Listen, what they need to do is go out the stadium, leave the stadium early. That's when you know you're hurting them visually because commercial brands will look at that and
but
think,
it was packed out already. You know that.
Listen, I don't want to be associated.
It was already packed out. The stadium. Yeah. It was a nice bank holiday weekend. There was no cameras. Sunshine.
There we go.
What I would do and I would get involved with is that if everybody left, 60th minute, 70th minute, whatever you want to do.
Listen, 17 minutes to go. Walk out for the 17 years they've been in charge.
There you go.
17 minutes to go. Walk out.
Everybody go. Say, you know what? I've done. I've gone now. And I tell you what, would ever not get back behind that?
Of course. To me,
even the ones that are saying, you know, the old generation, you think, oh, they don't care. Even they would look at me. You know what, man? I'm leaving as well.
They'll have to.
I'm leaving as well.
It's up to the fans now. It's up to the fans to try to attract buyers to come in and take over the Glazers. It's up to the fans. To me, 17 minutes to go. 17 minutes to go. You've got to leave. You got to walk out. 17 minutes to go. You got to walk out. You can't support this bullshit. And players can't take it personally. It's not against you. Anyway, you've been dreadful anyway, and you deserve not to be fucking watched.
Yeah.
I don't care, people. I'm saying it. I'm saying it.
Yeah, they don't deserve
the wages that they're on. They don't deserve to be watched. But then
what went through their head when they were deciding these wages?
But then they're a product of their environment. I told you, the wages and the money to buy for players is to keep the stock share high and to attract more investment.
Yeah.
Look it up, people. Don't take my word for it. Look it up.
Yeah, you know what? It gets to the point now where you're kind of looking at the situation with Man United, you're thinking, boy, it's not great, is it?
The camera told everything, mate. The camera went for a walk.
They went for a walk. You seen it? The camera just went down. It just went. You know what? I don't want to hear it.
Exactly. This is who we are. We've sent Seedorf and Scholes to sleep tonight. Sleeping pretty.
And normally, I'm telling you what, mate, they don't
run around.
They're
doing Formula 1 around here.
Formula 1's around here. Yeah.
Doing bet rounds.
You know what? I feel sorry for the younger generation of fans.
Of course, listen, I told you, my friend, he's got 2 kids. He's bribing them. One likes Salah, the other one likes De Bruyne.
Yeah.
And he's bribing them. One's 4, the other one's 6.
Yeah. Big up Alfie. His son is, you know, Adam's been taking him since 2014, since David Moyes. And you know, on the weekend he goes, I'm going to a party. He didn't even come, you know, Adam's son. He goes, I'm going to a party instead.
What's the point?
What's the point, yeah?
Enjoy his teenage.
Adam's there, by the way, Liverpool.
Yeah. Shout out Adam, man.
Shout out Adam, mate.
Shout out every one of you. PJ.
TJ, yeah. Yeah, he was doing some Instagram videos today of the United fans celebrating and that, but... Oh, man. This top 4 has become a joke. United have become a joke. What is top 4? Like, you know when you kind of like...
Top 4, sorry, do we deserve it? When we're getting battered, when we're getting... Not even failing to qualify out of the group.
We just haven't got out.
Like, getting embarrassed.
Yeah, getting embarrassed.
No.
Ten Hag's got a lot of job to do, Nuruddin. He's got a lot of work to do.
It's not just him.
You know when you look about, like, you know, Ralph Rangnick today goes, players, muscular injuries. You know, did you see what he said?
Yeah, to show the quote.
I'm going to show you the quote, people.
There's more. Let's finish with the quotes from Ralph Rangnick.
Yeah.
Because I think he's fully exposed to football club tonight.
You know what? He's fully, he goes, he's talking about Pogba right now. I don't think he'll be available for the next 2 games. He goes, there will be a rebuild. That was obvious for the first 3 or 4 weeks for me. What has he said as well?
He said Pogba got injured.
He goes, how long? So Pogba got injured, yeah,
He
exactly.
said Pogba got injured. He said, we've got so many other players.
Look
who
at
all
this,
got
Gary
injured.
Neville saying, the club is broken on and off the pitch. The stadium is falling apart.
Yeah.
He goes, it's Rangnick or Liverpool Chan following the atmosphere. I would said that. This one here goes, Liverpool, Pogba injury goes, he pulled a calf muscle. There's now 7th or 8th player missing out injury, although we only play one competition. This is not a dig at Pogba, by the way. This is the kind of the feeling of the collective.
Yeah.
He goes, this has to raise some questions. I'm not happy about that at all.
And then,
oh my God, that is crazy.
He says Liverpool are going for all competitions and all their players are fit.
Yeah.
It's about preparation in how you recover.
He goes, that's what he said, he goes, Liverpool are playing in 4 competitions that have nobody injured. This has got to do with how you train, what you do, what measures you take in order to recover to be fully fit. These are the questions that need to be asked and answered. He's talking to the medical department. Because at the end of the day, the players come in, but they need to have the best in class. They need to have the best sports scientists, the best nutrition, the best this, the best that. Okay, the players have to take some accountability. But if Liverpool players... They're not all best trainers and the best professionals.
In Liverpool, they send. They tell you what to eat. They measure you. They measure you for everything. They measure your salts. They measure everything.
Look what he said here. He goes, it's embarrassing. It's completely disappointing and also humiliating. But we've got to accept that they're 6 years ahead of us. 6 years. I think he's been like. I think it's 10 years.
I think he's been. He's been a
He said it's
generous
6
there,
years ahead of us. 6 years.
He's been generous there, hasn't he?
That is crazy. Honest truth. It needs a cultural rebuild. He's saying here 6 years ahead of us. Roy Keane goes here. What Man United always had is brilliant characters. This team isn't even like anymore. There's no soul in the team.
And Roy Keane also said, "This is not the club I play
Look what he's saying here. Jesse Lingard came on. He should have been gone 2 years ago. Rashford played like a child up front. He goes, it's not the MUFC I played for. It's a completely different club.
Child's play.
Wait, why did they not say this? Roy Keane said this under Ollie. He did, to be fair, he did say about players will throw them under the bus, the next manager. He did say that, but in terms of this one...
Listen, Maguire, what did he say about Maguire?
He goes here, Roy Keane on Gary Neville giving Man United a 1% chance before the game. I thought Gary was being a bit ambitious with that.
What did he say about Maguire? Check out what he said about Maguire. Honestly, what he said about Maguire. He said, Maguire, what are you doing? What are you doing? How can he's not Man United? He's not Man United class. He's not Man United.
Yeah.
He's not a Man United player. It's simple. He said that to be fair. He said that before. He said that before about.
He goes. Maguire here said anyway. Just want to kind of wrap up the podcast here. He goes, I would have been playing every game for Man United in the starting 11 if I'd have been playing bad every game. There's a reason why both managers are put me in the starting 11 every game.
That's the absolute comedy guy. That guy retired tomorrow. Pick up a mic at any local comedy club. You can still make a living, mate.
Yeah.
You've got.
But it's also English tax in it, and also the fact that he's got clauses in his contract.
He has to play.
That make him play, and that club captain. You know what I mean? But listen, people. To
answer your question, to summarise, Saeed. Who are Man United? Man United are not a football club. They ceased to be 2013, and even before that, to be fair. But Fergie was just. You know what I mean? Banging heads.
He was squeezing out the last juice of
everything
that was at Man United.
Everything.
And now they've been exposed.
Everything. And I said it all along, people. I said it. Check out 10 or 11 or 13 Straightjacket podcasts ago. I said Ronaldo will come and expose this football club. But little did I know that Ralph Rangnick is even blowing it out the water. Blowing it out the water. But we'll be back again. Matt Judge will still be in charge, and Murta for me, and Fletcher, they got zero power. Because Matt Judge stays in that powerful position, he's still the chief negotiator of Manchester United Football Club. Ten Hag will be sacked within a year and a half. You've heard it here first. Ain't nothing gonna change, people. Recruitment. Structure. Get the best people in the world in terms of injury and fitness. Get the best people in the world in terms of
when he said that, I didn't get that, but now when Ragnick has said it now, he's saying get the best people. He's trying to say get the best.
I've been saying, how long have I been saying that? Please tell the people.
4 years.
We can't run, people. We don't know how to play modern football. That's why we can't even retain the... We couldn't even put 5 or 6 passes together tonight. 5 or 6. call yourself a football team. Absolute laughing stock. Everything's wrong with this football club from top to bottom. And tonight, all comes out. And you know, Saeed, you can have all the best PR in the world. You can have all of the propaganda. The players can have the biggest following. You can still think you're the biggest club. But one place in football, Saeed, where there's no hiding place is where? On a football pitch. On a football pitch is where you can't hide. Nobody would hide. It would show up every deficiency, every shortcoming, every short-term plan. It will show all of it up. And that's what he's done this season. 9 people. 9-0 in aggregate over 2 games. Never in the history of Manchester United fixture, over 100 so many years, has that ever happened. 9 past us. And that's where we are. If you're a match-going fan, walk out 17 minutes. Bring banners to Old Trafford at the end of the season. Especially the Chelsea game. Walk out of that ground. 17 minutes to go. Not going 17 minutes late. What is that doing? That's not making an impact.
Yeah, there you go, people. Big up to everybody who's watched the podcast.
Love.
Like I said to you, get your Mercia jumpers, hoodies. Link in the description below. www.mercia.co.uk. People, podcast 173. Will United come back? Podcast 500? Podcast 1,000? We don't know. But every single podcast we've been on, I think it's just been the same old story.
We've been here.
Same old beginnings.
We're nearly on 49 grand, people.
Nearly on 50k, but nearly approaching 49,000. I think right now.
49,000.
Let me check here now, people.
49,000.
Yeah, literally approaching less than 300 people, less than 300. But if you're watching right now, please hit the like button. Make sure you get this. I want 1,000 likes, people. I know we can get it. Get 1,000 likes.
Subscribe
hit the like button. And yeah, man, we're gonna give you the truth here. We're not them other channels where they just try and hide away from it
and give you a clickbait the hell out of you.
Yeah, we're just gonna give you the real truth here.
No
subscribe,
clickbait.
like, subscribe to him, and we're out, people. Take care. Bye bye.
Peace.